Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pig Dogs, a YouTube channel, and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, as we give you live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winning free picks are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show for tonight. We got James Clark with us, Ninos, Shane Mickle, Alex Smart, Chris Ruffolo serve as co-host, Big Al McMordie. And we go to Las Vegas, Nevada, and welcome Tony Brown and Trey Jordan with us as well. Here's how they're going to line up tonight. Smart, McMordie, Ninos, Brown, Mickle, Jordan, Ruffolo, Clark, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, you got to break up those Baltimore Orioles, huh?
Yeah, don't get me started on the Baltimore Orioles. It's just like they must know that I hate their guts, and they must be watching the Drive-Thru to go against me to snap the winning streak on the one night where I picked the Angels. That's okay. That's the risk we take sometimes. But let's see if they can keep that going long term. I doubt it.
Oh, they got the Rays. They got the Rays, so it looks like they're going to get buried again. So they'll start another 20-game losing streak tomorrow. All right, let's get started here on the Drive-Thru. Let's welcome Alex Smart to the show. Alex, what's happening?
Good, guys. How's it?
It's going great. All right, you got a pitching prop for us tonight.
Yeah, we're going to do some props for a while. Maybe we'll look at some props. I noticed everybody else giving out some props, so I'm going to do the same thing. This one here is the Dodgers Padres game. The Padres are at home, and Darvish is on the hill. Darvish has owned the Dodgers this year. In two starts against them in May, on the 17th and the 23rd, he had 9 strikeouts, 9 Ks, and 7 innings worked both times. 7 innings worked. And, man, he was just mowing them down. Then, you're thinking it's a fluke. No, not a fluke. He comes right back at them again in June, late June, 11 Ks, racks up 11 Ks. So that's, what's that, 29 strikeouts and 20 innings against a team that doesn't strike out that much. Now, lately, of course, they've sort of, gone a little bit downhill, the Dodgers, when it comes to that, to those numbers. But that's fine. But here at Petco Park, is where Darvish is just overpowering. 110 strikeouts in 84 innings. That's about 11.79 per 9 innings of work. And for the 6.5 strikeout number that I'm looking at here to go over, it's a pretty strong bet for me. He's done that already 10 or 14 times at home this season. We're going to go with the over 6.5 strikeouts for Darvish against the Dodgers.
All right, Alex Smart says go over the 6.5 strikeouts here against the Dodgers. Chris, what say you in this one?
I like the value that you're getting at 6.5. Like Alex said, with the dominance that Darvish has had. My only concern is that he is coming back from a bit of a stint on the IL with a back issue. So I wonder if there's going to be a little bit of a leash on Darvish tonight. But again, he's an ace, so that could be thrown out the window. But that's my only trepidation with you, Darvish, tonight.
Alex, do you think he's the same pitcher now that he was back in June?
That's hard. You know what? This kind of pitcher, they wouldn't throw him out on the. He is too important to the Padres. I know they're in a bit of a bind right now, and they're sort of moving towards a possible no show in the postseason. Nobody's out yet, of course, in that race. But I'll tell you, I just don't think they throw him back out unless he was 100%. But we'll see. We'll see.
That is possible, especially after a 16-inning game. A lot of pressure on these starters to go deep in this one, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and that's what I was looking at.
All right, Alex Smart here on New Darvish over 6.5 strikeouts with his Dodger Padre game that begins at 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for him tonight. Well, we've got 9 games in prime time for Major League Baseball. It's a football weekend as well. What do you have going on over at the site?
So we've got a football game for tomorrow night. I've got a total going on that Eagles matchup. And also tonight, baseball, late start game. And that's a nice – I always say the same thing. I don't put anything out that's not strong in my opinion. So once again, join me.
All right, guys, get on board here with Alex Smart over at Pig Dogs. Because we talked about you can visit his site, go long-term with the 3, 7, and 30-day all sports patch. You get every play that Alex releases over at Pig Dogs for that time period you select when you go to the profile page and you make that purchase coming off of a winning day last night. He does have a couple plays up there. You get his MLB home running best bet of the day for Major League Baseball. He also has a Friday night game up there from preseason football, as well as those long-term passes. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you next week.
Have a great weekend, guys. Take care.
All right, Alex Smart here on the Drive To. All right, let's continue on here. Joined by Chris Ruffolo. We're now going to go over to Southern California and welcome to the show Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pick Dog Spring, where he sits #1 year to date. Document over up on the board here. And let's go ahead and bring Al in right now. Al, what's going on?
Not much. That was a great game last night between the Dodgers and Giants. I actually kind of like Alex's thought process on the over in the strikeouts for Darvish. I think that's a pretty good bet.
Yeah, pretty good bet, pretty good value there, no doubt. All right, I think you have a good bet tonight here at 7 Eastern time as the Mets will be hosting the Giants. We've got the Giants road favorites, $1.14, total 8.5.
Yeah, Alex Wood, speaking of an ex-Dodger there, latest reclamation project for the San Francisco Giants after posting ERAs of 5.8 with the Reds in 2019 and then last year with the Dodgers, 6.39. He's having a terrific season. The 30-year-old southpaw is flourishing in San Francisco with a 10-4 record over 22 starts, a 4.11 ERA, and a 1.22 WHIP. And his strikeout-to-walk ratio is 3.51 to 1. And, speaking of comebacks, on the other side today, we've got Carlos Carrasco. He's trying to come back from leukemia in 2019. Unfortunately, the results haven't been there for him this season. He's 0-2 with an 8.82 ERA, so it's possible his skills have diminished somewhat from 2019. I think this is going to be a tall task for the Mets versus San Francisco. San Francisco, of course, the best team in baseball, and the Mets are 2-8 their last 10 overall, 1-4 their last 5 at home. But the key statistic for me, when you look at Carrasco's career long term, when he's gone up against the best teams in baseball, the teams that have outscored their opponents by at least 1 run per game, his teams have gone 13-33, minus 21.8 net games on the money line in that situation. So I'm going to go against Carrasco here against the best team in baseball.
All right, Big Al says go ahead and take the Giants here, minus 114 against the Mets. All right, Chris, as you know, I've been on the Giants both games. I'll be on this one as well. I like the Giants. One thing here, Chris, look at the Mets against lefties, just 14-25, averaging 2.9 runs a game, negative 15 units are the New York Mets when they're facing left-handed starters.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought when I heard Cookie Carrasco. My mind just went to a completely different direction. But I like the Giants here as well. It looks like someone beat you to the punch on the Giants today, because we've been beating the Mets like a dead horse, and for good reason. This team's in free fall. They're watching their playoff hopes go up in flames, and the Giants are going to reap the benefits of it. And I'll keep taking the early Christmas presents from the books in August. It's almost getting ridiculous at this point, but I'm not going to complain.
Total agreement here. Giants minus 114 against the Mets. This one has a start time 7 p.m. Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Pim tonight. Well, we got 9 games, primetime Major League Baseball. We know it's football weekend, week 0 college football coming up. You're #1 at the site for 2021. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, first of all, before I get to that, I think as a baseball fan, I'm praying that San Francisco can hold on to first place and we get a wild card matchup between the Dodgers and the Padres. I think that would be a dream to see those two teams in a one-game winner-take-all playoff thing. I've got 2 baseball plays today. We were 1-2 yesterday. We actually lost on that exciting game between the Dodgers and the Padres. We had the Padres last night. That was one of our 2 losers. We then won with the Blue Jays. Today we've got 2 baseball plays. We look to bounce back. Go to Pick Dogs Premium. And you can also join for our football season. We've got the season-long package up there, going for my 10th straight winning year in the NFL. Football is my favorite sport, so don't miss out.
That's right. Don't miss out with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. His 2 top plays from Major League Baseball up on the board right now. Of course, you can go get those and take those winnings, go long-term with Al. He has that 3, 7, 30 All Sports Pass, as well as his football packages are now up at Pick Dogs Premium. You get his college football and NFL season pass. Every play that Al releases over at Pick Dogs Premium from college football also includes the bowls. NFL also includes the postseason. Good time to get on board with those long-term passes from Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. We also have a 2-for-1 capper promotion, and when you add a second capper, even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Big Al McMordie here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on our coverage here with Chris. And of course, reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with that morning show. We got Mitch, Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. YouTube membership, VIP, some great value. Follow the link below and get signed up to that. Now that we're getting into football season, great value there. And of course, on the drive-thru, we're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, we're always asking for your help, guys. Those likes, those thumbs up, keep them coming in, Chris, because it really helps us build up our audience.
Absolutely, Tony. It does it. What do I always say? 2 words: measuring stick. It's what we gauge everything on Pick Dogs, if it's working or not, is the likes and subscriptions. Because without the support of the Pick Dogs family, there is no Pick Dogs. There is no drive-thru. There is no morning show. There's nothing. So it's because of you guys that we do what we do. So keep those likes, thumbs up coming in. We really appreciate it. To show you how much we appreciate it. Same deal. 125 likes will get you a home run prop for tonight's action that you don't want to miss out on.
Home run prop from Chris Ruffolo. Let's get to 125 likes. Keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. All right, Chris, we're going to give you 2 days off, two breaks today. You got a season win total from the MAC. You're going to need some time to get ready for that. So let's give you a couple breaks. So we're going to go over to Skype and welcome Al Ninos to the show. Al, what's going on?
I'm pretty good here. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. 7 Eastern Time. The Pirates to host the Cardinals. Cardinals favored $1.65, total 8.5.
Yes, they are pretty big favorites here, but honestly, I think I was quite surprised at this price too. I thought they'd be bigger favorites with this pitching matchup here. They're going with Miles Michaelis against the Mitch Keller, so we're getting the better lineup with a huge pitching advantage here. Michaelis was out for a while, but he looked pretty good, allowing just 2 hits, 2 unearned runs through 5 innings in his return, and expect him to go a bit deeper in his second game back. Keller's been slightly better in his last 2 starts, but he did allow 4 runs in each of his last 3 outings before that. And St. Louis has the better lineup here, so expect him to have another rough outing here. The Pirates have pulled off some pretty big upsets lately, including winning 2 out of 3 in St. Louis. But I think that just will motivate the Cardinals a little bit more to come out and play well and be focused in Pittsburgh here. The Pirates also did cover the plus 1.5 run line against the Dodgers recently a couple times in 2 out of the 3 meetings there. So that just gives me another reason to put some insurance on the money line as well and take a -1. But again, if you don't like laying the juice, and just take a -1.5 here, lay the run line, and they should win by at least 2 here tonight.
All right, El Nino says go ahead and take the run line here with the St. Louis Cardinals. And one thing, you look at the head-to-head matchup here. When they face off in Pittsburgh, this season, the Cardinals have won all 6 games. And they have won 17 of 19 at Pittsburgh. So St. Louis has pretty much owned the Pirates when they played on the road in Pittsburgh. So El Ninos here likes the Cardinals run line -1.5 runs, -105 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. This one will have a start time here at 7 Eastern Time. MLB Extra News Channel. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Well, you're showing positive results here. 340 units the past 7 days, 9 games in the primetime hour for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, it's been a couple steady 2-1 nights here, building up some of that bankroll. Again, my 3 best MLB bets tonight. 3 pretty good money lines, no big favorites. I think you should check them out. 3 pretty good picks tonight. Or again, just get a long-term pass and get a better deal there. A 2-for-1, even better deal with that.
That's right, 2-for-1 cap promotion. If you check out El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium, he has his 3-pack. He calls his L's 30-star MLB home runs. He'll crush the book with his best 3 plays for Major League Baseball tonight. Get on board. You can also take those winnings and go long-term with Al. He has that 3, 7, and 30 L sports pass. You get every play from El Ninos for that time period you select. When you go to the profile page and you make that purchase, if you get that 30-day All Sports Pass, that means 30 days of baseball from El. 30 days of NFL football should take you into week 2 of the season. 30 days of college football should take you into week 0, week 1, and week 2 of college football. So good time to get on board with that 30-day All Sports Pass from El Ninos. If you add a second cap to that with the 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater savings there. All right, Al, it's always great having your show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you soon.
All right, have a good one, Tony, and good luck to everyone tonight.
All right, El Ninos here on the drive. We'll continue on back with Chris here on the show. We're going to go ahead and go to Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to welcome Tony Brown to the drive-thru. Tony Brown has been top of the leaderboards. This man has been on absolute fire. He's about as hot as the weather is in Las Vegas. Tony Brown, what's going on?
What's going on, Tone, man? I'm so glad these plays are all documented because I would have to agree, bro. We're 18-2 in our last 20 plays, and we're on an amazing run, and I'm just glad everybody's making some money out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody making money from Tony Brown, no doubt. All right, here we go. Late night game. We're going out west. Mariners to host the Royals. The Mariners laying $1.61, and total sits here at 8.
Yeah, I like this game a lot for the Mariners. They're playing good right now. They're 7-3 in their last 10, and they're 4-2 at home against this team that they're playing right now. They've been dominated the whole time against Kansas City. They're 10-2 against the Royals in the last 12. And they're playing hot right now. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They beat Oakland twice and a game Houston team. You know what I mean? Like, they're playing the best of the best in baseball, and they're beating them. Kansas City, they're coming off 2 losses to that very same Houston team, and they're getting doubled up. They lost 10-5 in that series. They got doubled up. So Kansas City struggling coming into this one. Seattle's hot playing right now. Plus, Seattle's dominated Kansas City. I mean, the games aren't played on paper, but some stats can't be ignored, so we won't. Going to lay this. It's not even a lot of juice to me. 150, 160, that's about normal. It takes money to make money. So put the 160, take Seattle on the money line. Don't have to sweat out a run line and cash in big tonight.
All right, Tony Brown is going to take the Seattle Mariners minus 161 against KC. All right, Chris, Seattle does get the benefit of the off day, so that bullpen's rested while the Royals are battling Houston.
Yeah, not only that, they have to deal with Brad Keller's starting here too. Is among the worst. I think he's the worst starter among all qualified starters in ERA and walks this season. He's just been leaving the base paths full. And the Seattle Mariners, well, Yusei Kikuchi, he's been good for most of the season, but he's hit a bit of a rough patch lately. I think 2 offenses, even in a pitcher's park, combined for an over here. So I'm looking at an over with a lean to the Mariners based on recent form.
All right, looking here at Mariners minus 161, 42 walks and 74 innings on the road for Brad Keller, who on the road, by the way, ERA over 5, whip of 1.76. That's almost 2 base runners per inning. So Tony Brown on the Mariners minus 161 against KC. This is your late night game, 10 Eastern time, MLB Extra News Channel. Right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs. 9 games, Major League Baseball in prime time. It's a football weekend. Take a look at these numbers the past 30 days. 2,452 units of profit. Yes, we're not even in hockey. You're doing this in baseball. Amazing here. 2,452 past 30 days, 9 games in prime time. What do you have going on over at the site?
Man, that's broken record time again. We got the Thursday 3 play, just like every day, man. My top 3 plays on the board. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. It's the best 3 picks that I see on the board. We're not parlaying them here, so we don't got to come close. 2 out of 3 turns profit, although we look to cash them all. And you can get them individually and double up and get a package later, or you can get all 3 plays tonight with the Thursday 3 play and break your bookie 3 times over.
Yeah, break your bookie 3 times over. Tony Brown, his Thursday 3 play, his top 3 plays from Major League Baseball now on the board. By the way, you see his numbers here. 2,452 units of profit past 30 days, all documented. If you go to Pick Dogs Premium, check out Tony's profile page. You can check out every play he's released. It's fully documented there for you to check out. You can get on board with this 3-pack for tonight. If you'd like, you can go long-term with Tony Brown. He has his 3, 7, 30-hour sports pass. Heck, if you're convinced, go for the 1-year pass. If it's within your budget, get Tony Brown's plays for an entire year from all seasons, regular season and postseason, NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball, NHL, baseball, parts of this season and next. That 1-year pass from Tony Brown, great value there at Pick Dogs. By the way, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion and even greater value. All right, Tony Brown, you're doing fantastic work. Keep it up, and we'll talk with you next week.
Appreciate you guys having me, man, and can't wait till next week. I'll see you guys again.
All right, Tony Brown here on the drive. We'll be up to 3,000 units by then, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Tony Brown here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on with our coverage. And next, we're going to go over to Shane Mickle. And welcome Shane to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. He's done some fantastic work as well, finishing #1 in the NBA, and has been ripping up in Major League Baseball. You've seen him on the rankings here for top cappers of 2021. So let's go ahead and welcome Shane to the show. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going today, guys?
It's going great, going great. All right, here we go at 7 Eastern time. It's the Red Sox that host the Twins with Boston laying 272, total of 10.
Yeah, there's no way I'm touching this side. There's no way I'm laying 270 with Boston. But I do think there's some good value here on the total. I've seen a lot of chatter today about the first game going way over, yesterday's game going way over. But if you take out the extra innings of yesterday's game, there was only 8 runs total scored. The Ryan's a little inflated because the Twins and Red Sox both scored in extra innings. But I think there's going to be trouble getting runs here. Chris Sale's on the mound. He's looked good so far. I think the Twins are going to have a lot of issues getting to him. And then John Gant, he hasn't been great, but he's been good enough. And even if he only goes 3 or 4 innings in this game, I think the Twins bullpen steps up enough. I do think the Red Sox win this game, but like I said, I'm not going to be laying that type of number with them. But I do think the Twins pitching does limit the Red Sox enough to get this game under. I see a 7-2, 6-3 type of game, 8 or 9 runs scored, and I'm going to take the under here, under 10.
All right, Shane says go under 10 in this one. All right, Chris Sale on the mound. We're seeing these numbers here with Chris Sale. He's looked well, pitched well in his return. But one thing with Gant, he does have respectable numbers on the road, at least ERA-wise.
Yeah, the only problem for Gant is that his last couple of appearances, I think he's allowed 9 runs, 7 earned in his last 6.1 innings. So he hasn't been able to do stuff lately, but like you said, Tony, he has been pretty good on the road over the course of the season. And Chris Sale looks like he hasn't missed a beat since coming back. So I do like the under here as well. I think we could get to 7 runs, maybe 8, but not to 10. Yeah.
And one thing to note here, the Twins did show some improvement here. They picked up wins. I know it's been rough sledding here facing the Yankees and Boston, but prior to that, they have been getting some better bullpen, as Shane was talking about, better work out of their bullpen. Twins, Red Sox, under 10 is the play. It starts here at 7 Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Screen, where you're ripping it up here. Nearly 1,300 units of profit past 7 days documented. 9 games on the board for Major League Baseball. It's a football weekend as well. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, one last point on that game. Gant has done well when he's only pitched an inning or 2 with the Twins. They tried to stretch him out last game and it didn't work out. I won't be surprised if the Twins take that approach again, and I think that really helps you under. But for tonight, I've only got 1 game left. I'm win 2-1 in the afternoon. Only 1 game left up. I got it for $24.99 on the board. But always hop on something long term, even if you wait till tomorrow to hop on when you get a full slate. College football is coming up. A couple games I really like there this weekend that are going to win, and the results speak for themselves. I'm hot. I did struggle a little bit yesterday, but I'm bouncing back today. Still a winning week. Hop on something long term, and let's make some money together long term.
Absolutely. Go long termer with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dog Screen. He does have his primetime winner tonight for Major League Baseball. You can get on board with that. Of course, you want to look for those long-term plays here from Shane. He has that 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass. Get every play that Shane releases over at Pick Dog Screen for that time period you select when you go to the profile page and you make that purchase. But if you're betting football, well, take a look at Shane Mickle's NFL and college football season pass right now. It includes every NFL and college football winner for the entire season for both leagues. We're talking regular season, we're talking postseason, playoffs, bowl games. Get on board with Shane Mickle's NFL and college football season pass, now available over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Shane, as always, great to have you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, guys.
All right, Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Joined here by Chris Ruffolo. Chris will have a season win total from college football, so we're going to give him a little bit more time to get ready for that, as we're going to go ahead and go over to Skype and welcome Trey Jordan to the show, as he has a play from tonight's an interesting game here between the Dodgers and the Padres. Trey, what's happening?
Not much. How you doing, Tony?
It's going good. All right, here we go. This is the game last night. It should be a nice one tonight. Padres, the host the Dodgers. This moved the start time to 9 Eastern time. I'm sure the players appreciate that with a 16-inning game last night. But anyway, we got the Dodgers road favorites, $1.32, total 7.5.
Great game last night. I'm sure it kept a lot of people up late, but I'm looking for the Padres to bounce back here after that game. I know there is a lot of pressure on both these pitchers to go long tonight after the Dodgers used 9 out of the bullpen. The Padres used 8 out of the bullpen last night. But as Alex Smart was saying earlier, Darvish he's performed pretty well against the Dodgers this year. He didn't have a good last start before that back injury, but for all the reports I've seen that he's thrown a few bullpen sessions and he shouldn't be limited tonight. But his last start, he only made it 2 2/3 and got rocked by the Diamondbacks of all teams. 5 runs and 2 2/3 innings. That's not good. But he's He's been balling at home, 11-3 in his 14 home starts, a 3.1 ERA, .95 WHIP. And Dodgers this year, he's pitched 20 innings, only allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, 6 walks, 29 strikeouts, and 1 home run. And his home starts against the Dodgers, he's gone 13 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 20 strikeouts, 1 home run. And as good as Darvish has been against the Dodgers, Scherzer, albeit in a Phillies uniform, he struggled against the Padres this year. He had a good last start, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, and a home run. On the road, he's 8-4, 3 ERA, 1 WHIP. But the Padres this year, he's gone 10 2/3 innings, allowing 11 runs, 9 hits, 4 walks, 15 strikeouts, and 4 home runs. And in his one start in San Diego, he only made it 3 2/3 innings, allowing 7 runs in those 3 2/3, 5 hits and 2 home runs, 7 strikeouts. So I'm looking for Darvish to come back here and perform well once again against the Dodgers. I know I'm not one to jump in front of a moving train. The Dodgers have been good, and the Padres haven't been. But I think they put their foot down tonight, and they get the win. Of course, you have the number 4 bullpen and number 3 bullpen, but they're pretty used up after last night. Dodgers have a bunch of trends, favoring them after they're running good right now. But they're 3-7 their last 10 versus starter with the WHIP less than 1.15. And while the Padres haven't been great, they are 8-2 their last 10 versus team with a winning percentage above 600. 6-2 the last 8 home games with the total 7 to 8.5, and they're 8-3 the last 11 Thursday games. So looking for Scherzer to get hit once again by the Padres and Darvish to perform well against the Dodgers, and Padres get the win.
All right, we got Trey looking at the Padres plus 122 against the Dodgers. It's I know people are looking at this Padres team losing 10 of their past 12. They're really struggling for runs here. In these 2 games against the Dodgers, they put up 3 and 2 runs, and you know how long that game went yesterday, 16 innings.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but it's not like the Dodgers were hitting so great last night either. I mean, they were 1-1, going into extra innings, I believe. So, I mean, they've looked confident this year against Scherzer, and, maybe it'll wake them up here tonight.
All right, you're looking at Scherzer here. Padres plus 122 against the Dodgers. This game begins at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and this one you'll be able to watch over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Trey, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Well, 9 games in prime time from Major League Baseball. Of course, it is a football weekend. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, 3 MLB plays tonight. A Thursday thriller trade pack. 1-0 to start the day. The early games, we're trying to go 4-0 today. So jump on those 3 plays, or right now, if you want to try me out for the 3-day pass, it's a good time. You're going to get the preseason tomorrow, and you're going to get week 0 of college football. So it's a good time to do that, or always that long-term package, or those better for you, or the 2-for-1. Put me, anybody from Al to the Zawackies. Everybody's on here is working hard to make you money. I like to say this, Trey J, some Tony T, put us together. My guy, James Clark. Any of us put this together in that 2-for-1 package, you get more picks, and it's just a great deal. So hop on that, and let's have a good weekend and have a good night tonight.
Absolutely, guys. Get on board here with Trey Jordan over at Pick Dogs. He has his Thursday Thriller Trey Pack, his 3 top plays from Major League Baseball on this 9-game card in prime time. Get on board with that. Of course, you can take those winnings, go long-term with Trey. He does have his 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass over there. He also has his football passes up there. Entire season of NFL and college football, including regular season and postseason. So this will take you all the way to the Super Bowl and, of course, the championship game from college football. So get on board with Trey Jordan over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Trey, as always, great having your show. Enjoy that Padre-Dodger game, and we'll talk with you next week.
All right, I appreciate you, Tony. Have a good one.
All right, Trey Jordan here on The Drive-Thru. Let's continue on here on The Drive-Thru with Chris Ruffolo. Reminder, we get to 125 likes. It's a home run prop from Chris Ruffolo, and we're about 50 likes away, so we need those likes, those thumbs up coming. Keep them coming up so we can get that home run prop from Chris Ruffolo. All right, let's continue on here on The Drive-Thru. And now it's time for Chris. We gave him 2 breaks so we can get it. So he has this college football season win total from Ball State. I know it'll be a lengthy one, so let's go ahead and turn it over here to Chris as we get the game information. We get his camera ready. All right, Chris, take it away.
There we go. Okay, well, I'm going to be looking at not necessarily a win total. I'm actually going to look at Ball State to win the MAC championship. at plus 440. I mean, you look at some of the futures odds for teams in the MAC. You got Toledo at plus 210 leading the way, then Ball State in second, and then Ohio and Buffalo both around plus 550. Now, Toledo and Ball State, only one of them's going to come out of that side of the MAC. And while, Toledo is liked by a lot of people, they do have a ton of experience coming back. They do have they did have a really good year last year at 4-2. Got a ton of production coming back. They've got Eli Peters and they've got a couple other guys in the quarterback battle, namely Carter Bradley, who stepped in for Peters in a couple of games where Peters was injured last year. The thing is that quarterback situation in Toledo really doesn't do a whole lot for me. Bryant Koback, a nice running back, but it seems like he's been there almost 20 years for Toledo. And, we talk about Ball State. This is a team that won the MAC. They won 7 straight games. They finished 7-1 last year. And they bring back their super senior quarterback, Drew Plitt, who's thrown for almost 5,000 yards, 40-plus touchdowns to just 13 interceptions in each of the last 2 years combined. They get their star receiver back in Justin Hall. You got 2 teams that have a ton of production coming back in Toledo and Ball State. I think one of those 2 teams ends up winning the MAC, so there's no point in taking the short price at plus 210. I'm going to take Ball State to win the MAC here at plus 440. They did it last year. Granted, the MAC, the conference that gave us Tuesday night lights and some action, also given us 6 different champions and 10 different teams to reach the title game in the last 2 years. I think we finally get some continuity in the MAC, and I think Ball State, like I said, lifts the conference championship trophy at the end of the year.
All right, Chris is on Ball State to win the MAC at plus 440. That means you got to win the MAC championship game. They do play Toledo on September 25th. That's when they open up their MAC play. And of course, they're on the road to Western Michigan, on the road to Eastern Michigan, on the road to Northern Illinois. Although Northern Illinois has been a team that's been down here.
Yeah, and it's Northern Illinois. I'm trying to think of an acronym, but I got nothing. I will have something by the beginning of college football season for NIU because, oh man, this team has been. If you could put Northern Illinois, Akron, and Bowling Green as the 3 teams that we made a killing going against last season in the MAC, those 3 teams probably would have made a killing. But like you said, I think Western Michigan and Toledo are going to be the 2 tougher games of the group that you just mentioned, just because we saw Western Michigan can put up 40, 45 points on the drop of a hat like they did last season. And Toledo, I think that's going to be the game that decides who makes it out of that side of the MAC, honestly.
Yeah, they also draw at the end of the season, which it could be tough. That this is an East team. They do draw Buffalo, and maybe they can hope that Buffalo already has it clinched.
That could be the case too. I mean, you look at that side of the division. I mean, you had, let me see here, Kent State, who did play well last year. They are a team that likes to play a lot of offense, very little defense. You're probably going to get your Akron and Bowling Green games in there. Ohio was a team that we didn't really get to see much of last year and hasn't really been all that special without Nathan Rourke, who left the program a couple of years ago. So I definitely think that, the ball is in – oh, God, that's going to be a pun. The ball is in Ball State's court to take the MAC this year. And I think if you're looking to place a futures bet on the title game, I think Tony hit the nail on the head there. Buffalo Ball State, I think, could be the title game once again like it was last year.
It looks that way. This seems the path is easier in the East for Buffalo. Your Akrons, your Bowling Greens there. Miami O in there. Kent, we'll see where they're at. And Ohio is a team that starts really slowly but comes on late.
Now, I think you look at the West. Eastern Michigan's a good cover team. They're a good team to back that, like we saw when I think it was Illinois they played a couple of years ago or last year. No, two years ago. And they were a cover machine for us out of the gate. But they're also a team that doesn't win many games. And I think that's where you're going to get your wins. Oh, go ahead.
They lose close games. I was going to say, if you get 3 or more with them, they're going to cover, but they're going to lose by 1 or 2. That's usually what you get with the Eagles.
And you're going to get your wins over Central Michigan. You'll probably get a narrow win over Eastern Michigan. If you get Northern Illinois, Akron, and Bowling Green, those are another 3 wins. So, like Tony and I said, if you can get Buffalo and Ball State, I think Ball State to get to the MAC championship is going to be the tougher of those 2 props, but I do think Ball State's got what it takes to win.
All right, Chris on Ball State to win the MAC at plus 440. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs from tonight. Well, we got 9 games in prime time from Major League Baseball. You're sitting pretty your past 30 days, 1,268 units of profit, all documented. What do you have going on over at the site?
Tonight I got my Tuesday 30-star triple play, 3 10-star best bets from the MLB that I've got a ton of units on for tonight, and I want you guys to be on there right there with me as we continue the run that you've seen over the last 30 days. If you had one of the long-term packages, like Tony said, you're doing pretty well, and it's only going to get bigger and better with football season coming around. Got the 2-for-1 capper deal. You know, you could pair the 2 hottest cappers last 3 days, me and Tony Brown. You can do the host duel with me and Tony T. The options are endless for you for 2-for-1 cappers over at Pick Dogs, where you get 2 hardworking cappers for 1 awesome price, as well as the season passes. You know, there's still MLB for the rest of the season up there, all the way to the final out of the World Series, as well as football, NFL, college, or the combo pack for both. There's tons of options for you over there. Don't miss out. Go over, check out Pick Dogs Premium. I promise you, we're going to make you a ton of money this year.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, 1,268 units of profit the past 3 days. That's all documented. So if you go to Pick Dogs Premium, check out Chris's profile page. You can check every play he's made. You can add it up for the past 3 days. It all adds up. 1,268 units of profit. Right now he has his Thursday MLB triple play. His 3 top plays for Major League Baseball in the primetime hours. So get on board with that. Of course, you can go long-term with Chris. He has his 3/7/30 All Sports Pass, where you can also get on board with his college football season passes. Right now, he's combining his NFL and college football season pass for one low price. Get on board with that. And great value there from Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here with the show, joined by Chris. And by the way, if you missed any of the picks, we do a complete recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We get to 125 likes. Well, Chris Ruffolo will give out his home run prop for tonight. We're 11 likes away, so let's keep them coming in. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's welcome to the show James Clark. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. James Clark will have a home run prop as he does on his appearances here on the show during baseball season. So let's bring him in right now. And welcome James Clark. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How y'all doing, buddy?
It's going great, going great. All right, give it to us, man. Your home run prop for tonight.
Well, guys, I'm focusing on this Yankees team. You know, they're stacked from top to bottom, but the guy I'm looking at is Giancarlo Stanton to hit a home run tonight. You know, shop around. I've seen, you know, from plus 220 all the way up to plus 260 on him right now to hit a home run. But, you know, a sample size like I go by all the time, you know, the last 5 games, he's hit 3 home runs in the last 5 games. His last 10 games, he's hit 4 home runs in his last 10 games. But, you know, here's the thing I really, really like. You know, against the A's, 4 times against, he's hit 2 home runs the last 4 games against the A's. So, you know, I like Giancarlo Stanton to hit a home run for us tonight, guys. He is on fire. He's red hot. You've seen what he done against the Braves, and I look for him to continue this against the A's. You know, the first of the season, you know, he wasn't swinging that ball that well, swinging the bat that well. But, you know, here after the All-Star break, he's been knocking the cover off of it. And, you know, trying to go for 2 for 2. You know, we cashed last night, trying to cash again tonight, guys. I like Stanton to hit us a home run and cash us the ticket tonight, guys.
All right, James Clark on Giancarlo Stanton to hit a home run. The return plus 250. Stanton is confirmed in the lineup to bat 5th behind Gallo. Chris, looking at this one, while the Yankees have been hot, the weather here, 70 degrees in Oakland, which is pretty warm here for the Bay Area this time of the year. Wind blowing out 6 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's simply for Stanton, it's been a case of see ball, hit ball. And that's just you know, sometimes the run that you have to ride with when you're trying to bet these home run props. And, you know, Oakland has been, I believe, a bit of a pitcher's park. But, again, with the way the Yankees are swing happy and the way they can tag any ball that comes down the middle of the plate, well, so Giancarlo Stanton's as good of a bet as anybody with the way that he has power in those arms. So I like Giancarlo Stanton as well tonight to hit a home run.
Giancarlo Stanton, plus 250 to hit a home run here. Of course, this is your game tonight on MLB Network. This one to start at 9:40 Eastern Time. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Well, 9 games in prime time for Major League Baseball. It's a football weekend. What do you have going on over the site?
Guys, I got a 3-pack going on. 3 of my best plays in the MLB. Coming off of a hot night last night, going 4-1. Look to continue at, you know, go 3-0 tonight. You know, after I go 3-0, you can upgrade 3-7 or 30-day. Or guys, you know, team me up with, like I say all the time, any of these cappers on the show, I say this because we got the best cappers on the show. I mean, look at everybody's winning percentages in the last month. The whole year with Big Al. Tony Brown dominating. We do have the best cappers in the world, and I'm happy to be a part of this team, guys. It's a family. We're all family together. We all like to win together. We root each other on to win. We have our competition between each other, but we love to see each other do good. And like I said, team me up with any of these guys and my buddy Trey Jordan, Tony T, Chris, Rod, any of these guys, and we'll put money in your pockets, guys. And also, guys, I got the college football season pass up and also the NFL season pass up. I've been saying this for the last month. I think football, NFL is my best capping sport since I've been doing it since I was real little. And go grab that, guys, and I'll put some money in your pockets, guys.
That's right, guys. Get on board with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. Right now, he has his 3-pack MLB Money Stack coming off a really good Wednesday night. His top 3 plays from Major League Baseball can be yours when you go over to his profile page and you make that purchase. You can also go long-term with James. We talked about those long-term passes, 3, 7, and 30 Sports Pass. But now he's just put up his NCAA football season pass as well as the NFL season pass. So he's got both football passes up there. Get every football pick from James. You can select his NFL for the NFL, college football for college football. Obviously, when you click those, when you make those purchases, and of course, those passes include not only the regular season but all of the postseason as well. All right, James, as always, great having your show. Have a great night. We'll talk to you a little bit when we do the recap.
All right, Tony, I appreciate you having me on the show, buddy, and I'll see y'all here in a few minutes.
All right, James Clark here on the Drive Thru. Guys, reminder at the end of the show, we're going to do a complete recap. So if you missed any of the plays, make sure you stay tuned for that. We did get over 125 likes. So Chris, during the recap, will give you his home run prop for tonight. So stay tuned, and we'll continue on here on the Drive Thru. Now it's time for yours truly with my pick. Well, Big Al took my play. What can I say? I was riding Giants. I was ready to put in the Giants, but I'm not that kind of guy that's going to put the Giants in right away. Right? I'll let you guys put your pick in first. So tonight we're going to be looking at the Athletics hosting the Yankees at 9:40 Eastern time. Yankees laying $1.20. Total sits here at 8.5, and I'm going to go with the hot team. I'm going to take the Yankees here at -120. I'm taking the hot versus the cold. The Yankees getting the start here. For New York, Jameson Taillon. I know he was beaten up, but he's turned it around here. The right-handers allowed 300 runs or fewer in 9 straight. James Kaprielian to counter for Oakland. The right-hander, look at his past 4 starts. He's allowed 12 earned runs in 20 and 2/3 innings. The Yankees are 9-1 in Taillon's past 10 starts. The Yankees carry that 11-game win streak. Oakland has lost 8 of 10. Past 10 games, Oakland hitting just 198 against right-handers. They carry a bullpen ERA of 4.46. Yankees, better form in the pen and the plate. Let's hope they can carry it over to Oakland. I know it's been tough for them in this ballpark, but I'm going to take them in this spot at -120, Chris.
Tony, I can't disagree with you. I'm just pulling up the now. When you go back to June 24th when Taillon started this nice run, the Yankees are 10-1 with Taillon himself going 7-0 with a 2.48 ERA, and I didn't think numbers like that were associated with Jameson Taillon, but he's pitched well, and the Yankees, like you said, are white hot right now, and that kills me to say as a Blue Jays fan. But the Yankees are playing some of the best baseball in the majors right now, and at this price, like you said, with a nice cold Oakland team that's just falling apart at the wrong time, I can't disagree with you.
All right, the agreement here on the Yankees -120 against the Oakland Athletics. The start time here 9:40 Eastern time. This is your game on MLB Network, guys. Check out Pick Dogs Premium. I have my 3-pack in prime time going on right now. My 3 top plays from Major League Baseball. You get on board with that. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can match me up with Chris, James Clark, Big Al McMordie, Little Al. 2-for-1 capper promotion with my 3, 7, and 30 Sports Pass. Great value there over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's continue on here on the show. Now it's time for the show recap. Recap every play from the show tonight. And at the end, we'll also get you Chris's home run prop. James Clark will join us in this segment. We got started here with Alex. This was a prop here. Play Yu Darvish over 6.5 strikeouts. They're facing the Dodgers tonight. Al McMordie, take the Giants -114 against the Mets. El Ninos, Cardinals run line -1.5 runs, -105 against the Pirates. Tony Brown was on Mariners -161 against the Royals. Shane, Twins, Red Sox under 10. Trey, Padres +122 against the Dodgers. Chris, take Ball State to win the MAC +440. James Clark, Giancarlo Stanton to hit a home run +250. Yours truly on the Yankees here at -120 against the Athletics. We'll start with Chris. other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I mean, I can't willingly say it, so I'm just going to point. But I will say, I can't, as a Blue Jays fan, I can't willingly say the Yankees. But I will say I like Big Al's pick with the Giants minus 114 against the Mets. Shocker.
Yep. No shock there. All right, let's go over to James. James, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I'm going to throw a curveball in here, guys. I'm going to give you a three-team parlay off of the picks tonight. I'm going to go with Big Al with the Giants, Tony Brown with the Mariners, and Tony T with the Yankees. I like those three picks, and I'm betting a three-team parlay off this.
All right, three-team parlay. No, you know who I like. The team I've been picking this team in this entire series. I wish I made a series bet on this one because I kicking myself because I went against the Mets against the Dodgers and that cashed because the Dodgers won 3 or 4, and the Giants have already won this series. I'm gonna take the Giants here minus 114 against the Mets. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. But before we do, I almost screwed this one up again. Thank goodness I was saved by Chris Ruffolo. Got the save. You'd be a really good stage manager, by the way. We need the cue card. We need like a cue card or something to wake me up. Chris, it's time for Chris's home run prop. Give it to us.
No, that's okay. Tony was too worried about the San Francisco Giants tonight. We got to give him a pass on that. But tonight, my home run prop, big value on Whit Merrifield at plus 650. You know, with Merrifield, yes, he only has 9 home runs this season. But with Merrifield, they come in pairs. You know, you see he's already hit home runs in back-to-back games twice this season. Hit a home run yesterday against the Houston Astros. He hit a grand slam. And we talked about Yusei Kikuchi. You know, this is a pitcher that did well going up to the All-Star break. But since the All-Star break, a 6.36 ERA, 3.06 batting average to opposing teams. That's not good when Whit Merrifield is hitting 311 against lefties this season, and in his last 15 games he's hitting 369. That tells me that he may be coming in with back-to-back home runs on back-to-back nights once again here. And at plus 650, that's some of the best value I can find on the board tonight. So for me, it's going to be Whit Merrifield to hit a home run at plus 650.
All right, plus 650 sounds good to me. Of course, with this game here with Kikuchi and Keller here, you picked this one. All right, that was Chris here with us.
Yeah, that's sorry. I was looking at something else. Yeah, I'm picking on Brad Keller. Like I said, This is a pitcher who among all qualified starters has the worst ERA, the worst amount of walks, and Tony, like you said, I believe you said a 1.7 WHIP on the road this season. That's just, like I said, he's leaving the base pass full, and I think the Royals are going to struggle, so they have to get offense somewhere, and I think that's where they're going to have to make it up tonight from a guy like Merrifield. And, you know, like I said, Yusei Kikuchi, even in a pitcher's park, he's been struggling lately. I think this is an offensive showcase tonight, and I think Merrifield's going to contribute to that.
All right, you got him in the leadoff position, so you get the most at-bats as possible there, hitting leadoff. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Tune in tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We do it all over again. 8 cappers on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games. And prime time, it all gets started with that morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Mitch, Ratsawaki, Brian Biller, YouTube membership, VIP. Find out about it. Sign up. Follow the link below and get hooked up. All right, let's bring in the crew for tonight. We'll wave you guys good night. Have yourself a great night.